We are now going to start solving compound inequalities, and we're just going to go back and revisit just our basic graphing up and what does it mean. So we have several examples we're going to be working today. Each one is just slightly different. So my first example has two equations. Again, these are compound, meaning we're looking at two different situations. And x minus 3 is less than 8. Okay, so we have our two equations. We're going to solve them separately. So negative 2x less than 12. X is greater than negative 6. Remember, when we divide through by a negative, we have to flip the sign. This is something you're going to see me forget, just like you will, so be careful. Moving the 3 over, I'm going to have x is less than 11. Now, the word and means conjunction. Okay, so that means they're coming together, so both statements have to be true. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph that example right here. And I have 0, and somewhere down here I have a negative 6, and somewhere up here I have 11. Now, if you notice, I don't worry about counting out spaces. I just need a number on there. So if I look at x is greater than negative 6, that's greater than negative 6 is everything that direction. Okay? Then I'm going to look at x is less than 11. So that's here and everything that way. But I'm looking at where these happen together. So really all I would be showing on a graph is this area in here with open circles at the end. I would be writing this as negative 6 less than x less than 11. Okay? Next example. I'm going to have 2x is less than negative 4, or x minus 7 is greater than 3. X is less than negative 2. X is greater than 10. This is called a union, which I didn't kind of really get. I actually looked it up last night. But a union is when either statement is true. Is true. I don't think I spelled statement right in there. Couldn't quite get my N. There we go. So I understand what the word or means, but when I think or, I don't think the word union, because union means come together in my mind. So I have having to teach myself in math world, or and union go together. Meaning that if I'm going to graph my situation here, here's my 0, here's a negative 2, here's a 10. So I'm going to have less than negative 2 goes this direction, and I have greater than 10 goes that direction. And that is both things graphed correctly, because I need it to match one of those two. That's what the or statement means. Let's go on to our third example. We have a total of 6 is what our goal is today. So on this one, we have x minus 4 is less than 4, or x plus 5 is greater than negative 3. Remember again that or is union. Okay, so I'm going to have x is less than 8, and x is greater than negative 8 right there. All right, so now when I'm graphing this guy right here, I have 0, I have my 8, and I have my negative 8. So if I do less than 8, I'm headed out this direction. And if I'm doing greater than negative 8, I'm heading out this direction. But remember, this is a union. That means Either one of these has to be true, which now creates a situation where this isn't all real numbers. Because no matter what I pick, I will be meeting one of these criteria. But what's the difference between example 3 and example 1? Remember, we're using the word and, which means it has to meet both of these requirements. That means that this area here is the only place that meets both of those requirements. Our next example. So I have 15x plus 10 is greater than 40. 9x is less than negative 36. And this is an and, meaning conjunction. They both have to work. 15x is greater than 30. X is greater than 2. X is less than negative 4. So when I'm going to graph this, I have my 0, 2, and I have my negative 4. And when I'm graphing, I'm going to go less than negative 4, and I'm going to go greater than 2. And if you notice now what's happened, because these are ands, there's no situation where they'll both be meeting. This is going to be called a no solution situation. All right, now go to the second video to finish watching the last two examples. Good luck!